All right, so I've been digging around. I think I found the right thing to get me going. You'll notice this is a piece of oak. Oak is very important in the winemaking process, especially when you're trying to get the taste of it, because I gotta be prepared for my oak Chardonnay today. That was not a good idea. Hey everybody, now I got most of my appetizer out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and be reviewing a Chardonnay today. So, Splendid Oak Cellars Chardonnay, it's oaked, vintage 2015, that's year, in case you don't know what that means, 13.5% alcohol by volume, and it's from California. So, I'm debating whether or not I'm going to go into this right now. So there's different ways of preparing wines, specifically the way that a lot of people treat white wines. So there is basically steel tank fermentation, where you kind of do the fermentation in steel tanks, for lack of a better phrase. And what that does is it allows for you to have a really high quality control, environmental control, but it doesn't impart any oak flavors. So it keeps the wine very clean, very refreshing, keeps it very light. You can also do oak barrel fermentation, just like you do with other types of wine. But for white wines, you have to be careful with that, because if you add too much oak, it becomes overpowering with the body of the wine. Sometimes the oak flavors don't really kind of match what you're looking for. So there's a lot of decisions to be made when you're making wine, especially white wine. Do I go with oak barrel fermentation? Do I go with steel tank fermentation? And really it's up to the winemaker and what types of flavors they want. So whenever you're looking at things, especially Chardonnays, you want to take a look to see, is this going to be a wine that was steel tank fermented, or is it oak fermented? Because it will make a difference on how you taste things in the wine, specifically if there's oak or not. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the sample. So one thing that I tend to notice with Chardonnays that are oaked is they're a little bit darker. It's really kind of hard to see that here. Let me see if I can fix the camera. It is a darker tint than a normal Chardonnay that you would get. That's a steel tank Chardonnay, and I think that's because a little bit of that oak gets pulled out in terms of the coloration, so you get a little bit more of the caramel that you find in a natural oak flavor that gets pulled out. But it's still very clear, no artifacts, so that's good. I mean, there's nothing there. Wasn't a screw top, so I can't give him +1 on that, but can't hold that against everybody. Now I'm going for the smell. So I'm going to say the dominant flavor on this one's going to be apple. It's a lot of apple up front. You do get the oak, not as much on the first kind of inhale, but as you start breathing deeper, it starts kind of hitting like up here for me, and then pulling back, and I kind of taste it back here. I know that doesn't make any sense, but it does. I mean, there's another. It's like mango. It's like apple and mango. Oaked Chardonnay with apple and mango dominant flavors. This could be an interesting one. I mean, all wine has its character, but I just don't necessarily assume apple and mango and oak go well together. But we'll find out. I'm going to try it right now. So there's a very, very big difference between a oaked Chardonnay and an unoaked Chardonnay, and that confirmed it right there. So you get a steel tank Chardonnay, you get a lot of flavors, but you don't get this like whole mouth feel that I'm getting right now with this. I feel like this just punched my entire mouth with flavor, and I am getting oak, but it's not overpowering. It's pretty good. I'm getting a lot of apple, and I would bet my car that is mango. That is in here is the secondary flavor that I'm getting. It's kind of a tropical accent, but it's not super powerful, and it kind of plays in balance with the oak itself, while apple is kind of the shining star of this flavor profile. So I would say, from a wine on the dime perspective, I'll be honest, I don't drink a lot of oaked whites. I go for more of the cleaner taste, instead of like that full kind of mouth punch whenever I'm drinking whites, because I want whites to kind of help accent the food I'm having, or just kind of sit back and relax and literally chill, and I don't really want them to be sort of the mainstay. This will be a wine where if you're having it, this is a like you can stand around and drink it type of wine. You don't really, it's a solo drinker. It is something that if you pair with food, you need to make sure you're pairing it with the right kind of dishes, because the flavors in the wine are very powerful. They're kind of like your Chardonnay plus 10 on stats if this was an RPG. And I don't think that makes sense to anybody, not even myself. But I'll probably gonna keep it in the video. So it's one of those things where it has a lot of character to it. It's kind of complex, especially for a bottle that I only paid I think $10 for at my local grocery store. And I'm torn about this because I do like it, but I'm wondering, is this one that I'm going to enjoy again in all cases or not? So, the wine on the dime, the official review score for this one is a try again. I don't think I'm going to pair this with every situation, but I think there would be ones that I would. So if I was going to be serving some drinks, very light appetizers, this would probably go with it. If I just wanted to have a glass to just really kind of sit there and almost think about in a way, like this one would definitely be one of those. Am I going to come home from doing a whole bunch of yard work or something like that and want something refreshing and pop this open and immediately take a glass and like chill out on the couch? Probably not. It's probably a little too heavy for that. So I would say that this has the Splendid Oak. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. I just don't think it's an every situation type good for me personally. But I would definitely buy it again with the right circumstances in mind for how I'm going to be drinking it. So yeah, go out and try a sample of it yourself. It'll be really good. So this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you like today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you know of other unoaked Chardonnays or oaked Chardonnays that I should try, let me know in the comments below. So I will see you guys again soon with another video, another product review, another wine review. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But another video is coming up shortly. See you later.